Hello, Assalamu alaikum. In this lecture, I'm going to show or teach you a very important part of Qualitative Comparative Analysis, fsQCA, which name is Necessary Condition Analysis. It means the NCA. So why it is important? What's its definition? Let's start. So necessary condition analysis identifies whether a certain condition is necessary for an outcome to occur. So what does it mean? It means the outcome cannot happen without that condition. So the condition itself may not be sufficient to produce a outcome. Maybe it's quite complicated. I'm trying to make it easy. Say for example, necessary condition simply a must have factor. At the same time, the sufficient condition can make it happen factor. So one is must have factor and sufficient condition can make it happen factor. So without the factor which indicates the necessary, if we don't consider that factor for the sufficient condition analysis, it will not be fruitful and the outcome will be misinterpreted or not accurately produced. So what is the example? Say for example, having oxygen is necessary for fire, but oxygen alone is not sufficient to make fire. Maybe there are some other factors actually. So you also can need or you also need fuel, heat, and other factors, right? So here oxygen is a necessary factor, but oxygen alone is not sufficient. In that case, maybe there are some other factors we need for fire. Okay. The reason for combining NCA with fsQCA. So what is the main reason behind applying the NCA with the sufficient condition, right? So first one, complements fsQCA sufficiency focus. fsQCA identifies pathway, the multiple pathway leading to the outcome. It's a sufficiency. While NCA check if any single condition or any single factor is indispensable, the necessary, right? Moreover, ensure causal asymmetry understanding. NCA helps confirm that a factor is not only part of sufficient configuration, but is truly necessary across all cases. Support better model validity. If NCA finds that a variable has a strong necessary effect, researcher can verify that they are in fsQCA model aligned with that causal constraint. So let's make it easy with an example. Say for example, if we consider some threshold value, if the consistency value is greater than 90%, it is a strong evidence of sufficiency, very consistent. On the other hand, if it's the range between 0.8 to 0.89, it's acceptable or moderate sufficiency. But if the consistency value is less than 80, it's very weak and it's not necessary to condition for the sufficient condition analysis. So let me make it more clearer with an example. Say for example, you test whether the staff motivation is sufficient for high quality of care. So after testing the necessary condition, maybe we'll have two result. One is coverage, which indicates uh, the outcome cases, and another is consistency, which indicates sufficiency or necessary sufficiency level actually. So based on this result, value of coverage and consistency, we can say high staff motivation is a sufficient condition for high quality of care with consistency of 91% and coverage of 52%, right? So if the consistency value is less than, if the consistency value is less than 80%, then we can say it's not necessary to take. It's all about the theory and theory. So let's go to the practice with our existing data set. This example and the data set will not match, but we can take a concept, right? So how we can do it. So let's go to the practice. In the previous example, we have these variables ATT, COM, CSR, CL, like, tier, and these independent variables or construct or factors, and this is the outcome, customer satisfaction. So we can test the necessary condition analysis in two ways. First of all, first we will check which factors among these, which factors are necessary for the sufficient condition. So we will go to the analysis, and here you will find necessary condition. Here you can write the here you can set the outcome. So outcome is customer satisfaction, and at condition, it means our first one is ATT, and ATT negation. Second one is COM, and then COM negation. Third one is CSR negation. Fourth one is CL, and CL negation. Here you will fulfill like, negation of like, TR, and negation of TR. Just select all the presence and absence or negations condition here. This is the outcome, and click OK. So from this result, we can see in the consistency 74%, 60%, 76%, 55% here, right? So from this consistency level, no value exceeds 90%, right? So that we can say no single variable is necessary for the sufficient condition analysis. It means as all the consistency value is less than 90, in some cases the less than 80%, we can say no single factor is necessarily important for the sufficient condition analysis, rather than we need to apply all all factors actually. So single factors alone are not necessary, rather than the combination of factors. That is why this analysis indicates that these factors, I mean the presence and absence and negation factor, are equally important for the analysis of sufficient condition analysis. Okay. On the other hand, say for example, here we can go truth table. Here is the outcome variable ATT, COM, CSR, like. So here, just click OK. This is the truth table. Edit the truth table. Here we can set 3 and it's 85. Click OK. Standard analysis, and click here. Okay. So here you will find the intermediary solution. Say for example, this one. This is the sufficient condition analysis. The consistency level is in here, right? Okay, here is the consistency level. So we can test this condition or this configuration, which factors are necessary or not. So for each and every combination or solution, we can test it. But for tutorial purpose, I'm just making or doing one. So go to the analysis section, necessary condition analysis. Here, the outcome variable is customer satisfaction, and the condition ATT negation, sorry, it's ATT X, ATT negation of ATT, then CSR CL like TR, CSR CL like and TR. Okay, so click OK. Here you can say, so from this result, after uh, after considering this solution, I mean solution 1, we get this necessary condition analysis result where we can see the consistency level didn't exceed 90%. I mean no single factor's consistency level didn't exceed 90%. So we also can say here no single factor is not necessary for the solution 1, rather than we need the combination of this solution, I mean the configuration and analysis. So if any factor exceeds the 90%, we can say this is strongly recommended for necessary for the sufficient condition or outcome variable. But here, according to the consistency level or consistency result, we can say no single factor alone is not necessary for solution 1, rather than we have to consider the combination of the solution. So we can say this combination of the solution will provide the good solution or for the outcome variable. Here we can see the solution is very high because its consistency level is more than 97%. So in this way we can consider, or we can do the necessary condition analysis. Hope this video will help you for your future analysis in your thesis report, intern technical report. So if you think that this video is very important for you or it will help your peers, so you can share this video to others. On the other hand, if you have any problem, if you have any question to me regarding this video, right, just let me know in the comment box or via the through the email. So I will try my best to give you the simplest solution in my convenient time. So up to the next video. Okay, Allah Hafiz. Bye bye.